I know some of you may be sitting around this holiday season, kind of down, depressed, discouraged maybe because you're alone. You see all the people around you and they look so happy, the families together, the boyfriends, the girlfriends, and you wish you had somebody. I understand that. I'm going to tell you something though. It's better to be alone in a small cramped house than in a roomy house with a quarrelsome woman. What that means is, you think it's kind of a bummer because you're by yourself. But let me tell you from experience, if you're with a woman that you don't get along with and you can't get away from because you're married to her, you're living with her, you're much better off to be alone. What you see people on social media and out in public, you think they're happy, you don't know if they're happy. Like my mom said, you never know what goes on behind closed doors. But that doesn't make your pain any less real. You have to look at life from a certain perspective, and whatever perspective you choose is going to determine how you feel. If you're depressed, you're looking at life through dirty lenses. You need a new pair of glasses, let's say. Because if you're alive and you're breathing and you're healthy and you live here in the West, the United States, you got it better than probably 85% of the people in the world. Well, let's just say, for sake of argument, 75% of the people. So many people don't have clean water. So many people don't have toilet paper. Remember when we went through the big toilet paper shortage? My God, you'd have thought we didn't have any food. So that's the comfortable society that you and I live in. But even that doesn't make you feel any better when you're going through these hard times. But the only one that can make you feel better is you. You can't look for something outside of yourself, and I've done it, to make yourself feel better. You have to bring that from within. And when you feel better on the inside, things start changing on the outside. I don't know how that works. I just know that it does. It's happened in my life, and I've seen it happen in the lives of other people that I've helped and other people that I've just known. When they get better, their life in the outer world gets better. Everything changes. Their thinking changes, their attitude changes, their perception changes. Maybe you had a rough childhood. Maybe you didn't have a mother or father. Well, that may have been tough. I'm sure it would be. But you could have grown up with a mother and father who beat you and who were drug addicts, who treated you badly and didn't feed you good. Think about that. But then again, that usually doesn't make you feel any better, thinking about how bad it could have been. Because right now, if you're down and depressed, all you're thinking about is how bad you feel now, regardless of how badly other people may have it in the world. But as I said, you have to change your perspective. You need to start looking at the good things in your life. If you live in a place like I do where it's very cold, if you're warm, that is something to be grateful for. Whatever you focus on grows in your experience. So if you focus on the good things, the blessings you have in your life, then you'll have more of that. If you focus on the things you don't have, or the things you think you don't have that you think you need, then you will need and lack more. You have to focus on the abundance that you have, or the very little that you have, and it will magnify that into more. I know that's difficult. Maybe if your bills are staring you in the face, maybe you're not working, maybe you got laid off, maybe you had to take another job for less money, somewhere you don't like, maybe the boss is a jerk. But in the midst of these trials and tribulations, you can find the good there. I've been through trials, struggles, and tribulations in my life. Have I always looked for the good? No, I haven't. And I suffered the consequences. Your thoughts draw into your life whatever you're thinking about. Now, not if you just think something like, oh, I might have a car accident today. Doesn't mean you're going to have a car accident. But I guarantee you that if you think about that every time with fear and make that a dominant part of your daily thinking, eventually something will happen to you where you will get hurt, or you will be in a tragic situation. It may not be a car accident. It may not be exactly what you're thinking about, but it will be some tragic incident that you're involved in, or that you will see, or you will be a part of. You will experience it on some level in your life. Now, some people will look at that and think, oh, that's crazy. That can't be. But yet, the people that would tell me that would say this. They would agree that before you take an action, you take a thought. Every action is preceded by a thought, but yet they don't value the dominant thinking in their life, although they know that every action they take is preceded first by a thought. It doesn't seem they ever correlate the two, but they're, how would I say, incomprehensible? No. They are intertwined in such a way that you cannot separate thinking from action, thinking from happenings. You have what they call, what is it called? Group consciousness. The consciousness of a nation is reflected by the leaders that lead the nation. That's something to think about if you're complaining about the politicians. Yeah, I need to think about that too, in case I want to complain. It's the group consciousness. If you don't think that's true, look at what happened during World War II. Hitler knew the value of propaganda and repetition. And if we look around what happened here in the last couple of years, someone else knew the value of propaganda and repetition. They were able to program the masses to believe a certain thing. Whether you believe that to be true or not, that's up to you. I'm not here to dispute that. But the fact remains that people were convinced that something terrible was happening. Some people are still convinced of that. I myself am not. But as I said, that's your choice what you decide to believe. But you might ask yourself this: where is the information coming from that you're forming your beliefs out of? Where does it come from? What might be the agenda of the people that are giving you this information? Because our beliefs are formed by the input we allow to come into our minds. Most people don't think for themselves. They think, but what they really do is regurgitate what they've heard. So they're really not free thinkers. Although I know that all 1,651 of my subscribers are free thinkers, but this is for some people that may be just coming in here. Some people that are just starting to become enlightened. And what I mean by enlightened is your mind is opening, you're thinking for yourself, you're questioning things that you have taken as facts, maybe all of your life. Don't believe anything I say until you investigate. Try it for yourself. Look into it. Contemplate it. See if it doesn't resonate with you. And if it doesn't, just discard it. If it does, then use it. Make use of it to make your life better. And I'm going to wrap it up there. Take care. Have a wonderful Christmas, and I'll see you later.